Hiya, in this demonstration I'm going to show you how to make the 15 by 30 frame. So this is the one that I've done in the super smooth, decorating it up with some dies, and I've done some stamping on there as well. This one is upside down. There we go. This one is on the black card. This is acid and lignin free, our new card, and that's using our skyline die with some inky background on watercolour card there. And then this one is onto watercolour card, and I've done like a grade down and flick water at it to give an interesting frame on that one. And then I've also got the pollen in the centre of the flowers there. So to make one of the 15 by 30 frames, you're going to need 2 of the 15 by 30 card blanks, and then also a half of one. So one will stay full, that's going to be for the backing. This one here, we're going to cut down at 7.5 centimetres to give us 2 of these pieces. And then with this piece, we'll cut in half to give us 2 of those. So I'll move them to one side and we'll bring in the board. So what we need to do is score these. We'll start off with the longer one, and we're going to score that down, keeping it nice and tight against the edge. We've got that clockwise turn, and then scoring from the top to that second line. We'll do the same on the small one, and then we'll cut them. So get that turn and to that second line. So bring in the scissors. We're going to cut them from that third line up to the bottom of that first score, and then snip that one out. We'll do the same on this one. So from there and snip that out. So then we'll need our 3mm red liner tape, and we're going to place that along the tab edge, which is your top edge there. So place that along and snip off the edge. Trying not to put my scissors down because they're clattering on my mat. There we go. So from here, if you turn them over so that the red liner tape is facing the mat, and then you're going to do your folds. So just tease that. Now remember, this tab is a lot smaller, so it's a little bit more difficult. Just rub that along and get those creases nice and crisp. I do 3 that way, and then I do the 4th coming down this way, and it just feels more comfortable to me. So we'll take the backing off, and then we'll fold on the second line and bring the bottom up, and it naturally finds that fold, and then push it, and that gives us one of the small ones. And then we'll repeat that on the longer one. I love these frames because they're nice and trim, and you can use them vertically or horizontally, and I always get them confused, but they just look so different. And then we've got one more to do this in sections. There we go. So then we'll peel off the backing, and we're ready to stick that. So because this is a longer one, just start at one end, bring it up, and then use your nail to come up and just find that position all the way. So there we go. So we've got 1 long, 2 long and 2 short. So now in the same way, we'll just pop them in position, and then we're ready to stick them together. So I'm using a tacky glue. I'm going to pop that into the back and then a little triangle and fit that in. Just checking that I've got that nice and tight. Moving on to the second corner, same again. And then for the last one, don't forget you need to glue both ends at the same time to make it easier for yourself. There we go. And then that one slips in. So just make sure that I've got them corners nice and tight. That gives us our frame. So if we get our backing sheet, turn our frame over. If you've got any bits hanging out, now's the time you can go in with your scissors and just trim them off, just so that they don't stick out from the back of the frame. I'm going to use the red collal for this, just gives me a bit more time. Add your glue all the way around, and then you can stick on that backing. Press that down. That looks nice and level. And that gives you your 15 by 30 frame.